What was once the Polk County Courthouse now serves as the Polk County History Center and houses the Historical Museum and Library. The museum serves Polk's community through special events, volunteer opportunities, and educational programs. More details are coming up next on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Tina Mann, and joining me in the studio today is Cynthia Alley, the Curator of Education and Programming at the Polk County History Center.
Hi.
Welcome. So it is your first time on Polk Place, although you've been at the History Center for a few months now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing, where you came from, and what your plans are for the museum?
Okay, well, originally I am from Brazil. I moved to Fort Lauderdale tons of years ago, and I lived there until I moved here to Lakeland to go to school. I went to Southeastern University and I graduated with an education degree. I taught for the last 7 years in middle school, and recently this summer I made the transition out of the classroom and into still an education position as the Curator of Education at the History Center. I really enjoy it. It's a wonderful place, and any kind of education that happens at the History Center happens through me, basically. I develop the programming and carry out any kinds of field trips, tours, and things like that.
Well, I know you're a great addition to the museum. You've already amped up programming. You're really getting excited about some of the programming there, and just you're a good addition to them. So we're here today to talk about what's happening in December at the History Center.
Yes.
So what is happening?
Well, this Saturday is our Oak Hill Cemetery tour. These tours happen the first Saturday of every month, started in November, and it runs through April. So if you're planning on joining us, it's at 11 o'clock, and we meet at the History Center. Now, because we're going to be walking over a cemetery and through the plots, I always say to make sure to wear something comfortable.
So also going on right now is the Festival of Wreaths. So why don't you give us an update on how that's going and let us know when we have until to make our bids.
Well, the silent auction is happening now through December 13th, and the highest bidders will be notified on the 14th. Then the people will have about a week to come in and pick up their wreaths that they've purchased.
And you definitely want to go visit because there are some beautiful wreaths this year. The History Center is just this is the first year after the restoration, and it's looking absolutely gorgeous in there. So it's their first opportunity to see it all repaired and completely festooned for the holidays.
Yes, absolutely.
So we definitely want you to go check out that. And then after that, there's also the architectural tour this month, correct?
Correct. Those tours happen on the third Saturday of the month. So this one is on December 15th, also at 11 a.m. And all you have to do is come in and let us know you're interested.
Excellent. And I know, as always, there's a little bit of a pause in the lunch and learns for December. They don't have one, but I know you guys are working on some new things for the upcoming year. So why don't you just give us a little bit of a preview as to what people can expect in 2019?
Well, that's a great question. We have our Smithsonian exhibit coming through. It's called Crossroads, Changes in Rural America. And our first 3 speakers for next year, starting in January, all focus on different changes that Polk County has gone through. So more information will be coming in January, and we'll give you some updates on the speakers.
Really excited to see this exhibit because I know that they're actually working here locally to provide a really cool local component that will kind of culminate in one of those lectures in March where they're going to explain kind of the history of how everything, because of the roads, how everything kind of evolved.
Yeah.
So it's going to I'm not always a big history person, but listening to them talk about, this is why this area developed first, because this is where the fertile soil is. And they showed me soil maps. I had no idea there was a million different types of soils, and that, if I really thought about it, I did, but they took this concept that seemed kind of boring and like when listening to them talk about it, they're really excited about it, and it ends up being really cool and stuff that you never thought about.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that exhibit coming and the local component for it. So they definitely don't want to miss that. Also, I mean, it's a great time to visit. It's a beautiful weather. And I know that we've been working on updating all the exhibits. So like, why don't you just walk us through what they can expect now?
Well, we are completely open now. Every single room is open. There is an exhibit in literally every single part of the museum. We just finished the upstairs exhibit. The arts and culture was finished in September. And now we have the bottom, same wing, the west wing of the museum is complete as well. We've renovated some of those galleries and everything looks so beautiful. Definitely come and check it out. There is something for everybody to see.
There really is. So which is your favorite exhibit?
I am a fan of the World War I exhibit, and I'm lucky because that's where my office is.
That is where your office is. So it's, as I said, it's really cool the way they have interpreted everything and how you can just learn so many things in a really cool fashion. So in your time that you've already been at the History Center, I know you have to have some new ideas and some things that you want to do in the future. Do you have any sneak peeks as to what you're thinking about doing or what you'd like to see at the History Center?
Well, I can give you a little bit of a sneak peek. We are adding a new type of speaker series next year. More information will be coming out about that next year. So,
next year, so it's a new speaker series.
Outside of the Smithsonian Exhibit 1.
So will that also be your Lunch and Learns?
It will be a Lunch and Learn series, yes.
Excellent. So new speaker series, we're excited about that. And I know you are actually doing really well with your Journeys in Justice program a little bit. Why don't you give us an update on that?
Well, the Journeys in Justice program is on our 3rd year. This is a program geared for civics students across Polk County. The civics curriculum ends with the school year with an end of the year course exam. And it's a big deal. It's 30% of the students' grades.
Wow.
So we like to be a resource, an additional resource for the teachers to use. So when the students come to us, we not only do we provide busing, but we also provide a really rich history, judicial history, Polk County history, and just a submersion really into what local government is all about here in our area, which is a component of the test.
And what I've actually heard from some students here in Polk County is that you guys make it fun. So I know a lot of the time that's not their favorite class. It really isn't. I've heard that over and over again, but they really have a lot of fun with you guys. So if it's what, 7th or 8th grade this year?
Actually, it's both. It depends on the student and what classes they're taking. So it could be an advanced 7th grader or a regular 8th grader.
So if there's a parent or a teacher out there who are interested in the program, do they just contact you about it?
Yes, yes. All they have to do is contact me. This year we actually have 10 schools coming. So if you're a parent, you might want to ask your student or your student's teacher if they plan on coming to the History Center. 6 of those schools are brand new to us, which is really exciting. And over the last few years, we've had about 2,000 students come through. This year, we have 1,300 students coming through. So this is really exciting for us.
Yeah, just in 1 year.
In 1 year, yeah.
And how long has the program been going, do you know?
3 years.
3 years. So almost the total for the first 2 years combined. I know this is in your wheelhouse, coming from a middle school background. So you bring a unique perspective to the History Center that they haven't had before. So it's really cool that you can bring your knowledge and you know how middle schoolers learn and their attention spans and things like that.
Yes,
so I know you're a great asset and you've made that program even better.
And I taught civics, so it really does help that I was in the classroom and now I'm bringing what the students are learning into the museum to reteach some of that information the teachers have covered or haven't gotten to yet. So.
Well, I highly recommend everybody coming into the History Center in December to see the decorations, to meet you, and to see all the things that you guys have to offer.
Yes.
So thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
Polk County has a rich history and heritage, and the Polk County History Center is continuously thinking of new ways to help Polk residents experience that history. The museum's collection includes natural and cultural objects related to Polk and the greater Central Florida area that represent our history from pre-Columbian to present-day eras. The artifacts on display at the museum represent individuals, cultural groups, and events significant to the region. Located at 100 East Main Street in Bartow, the History Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more information about exhibits and events, you can check them out on the web at polkhistorycenter.org or give them a call at 863-534-4386.